Hi, I'm Dr. Mia Frezzo.
I'm Jan Jeremias. Welcome, everybody.
Hi, well, this week we had wanted to speak with you about dental health, and caring for our pets' teeth is really important.
It is Dental Health Awareness Month, so it is a good month to talk about dental health. And I think we want to cover a few different aspects of dental health. And one is, we tend to take care of our pets' teeth after they have an issue. So they tend to be in pain or, that kind of thing. They need to have extractions. And, that's just a small part of dental health, because the mouth is just that area, but dental health can affect so many different systems of the body. And so why don't you discuss that or share a little bit more about that, Dr. Mia?
So, the mouth has tremendous impact on the rest of the body, as Jan said. So, the health of the teeth and the gums is directly related to the health of the other major organs, such as the heart, the liver, the kidneys, the lungs. And these organs rely on the teeth for their health and their support. And so when we do take care of our pets' teeth, we're indirectly caring for the rest of the body. And we know that we can extend their lives by up to 25% by caring for their teeth. And we'll go into exactly how to care for their teeth, but that's a really big statistic that we could potentially add years to our pets' lives by being more attentive to their teeth, and indirectly support the rest of the body. Inversely, when we have a pet with, let's say, cardiac disease, that heart disease is then worsened by having bad teeth. So the organs go hand in hand and really rely on each other for support in some sense.
And I think, the mouth is a really good mirror of what's going on in the body. So the microbiome or the bacteria in the mouth are really, and the balance of it, or the overgrowth of certain bacteria in the mouth and inflammation and other things kind of, then systemically go, but also it's a good reflection of what's happening in the body. So if we can kind of keep that at check, we kind of know that hopefully we're having this great impact on our pets' well-being by taking care of their mouth. Now, that being said, we'll go through some essential oils and things you can do, but in addition, there are other things you can do to help your pets have really, healthy mouths and teeth. Diet, as we always say, is hugely important. Well, I would say get rid of processed things, try to go more natural, fruits, vegetables. We talked about this a number of times over the past few weeks of, incorporating some of the fruits and vegetables into our pets' daily nutrition routine. I've heard mixed things, but everybody thinks that, hard food is going to help, kibble or whatever. And I don't really know that has been shown at all. I don't think that, harder food. I think you need to get a little bit more aggressive than that. Safe bones and chew toys and brushing, things like that are going to be, I think, much more useful when you're trying to eliminate or decrease the amount of tartar and plaque buildup that your pets have in their mouth. So, and then there are certain foods which have been found really helpful. I mean, it's really good to supplement, and maybe Dr. Mia can mention a few of the supplements that you could take, but I want to go through a few of the foods you could add.
Well, the supplements, certainly a probiotic supports the entire body and the immune system. So a good probiotic is really helpful, in addition to a fish oil. So these are two basic supplements for supporting the whole body in a really general way, no matter what your pet's breed, age, size may be. So the foundation is a really good, healthy diet. We'll talk about additional foods to add in, and those two supplements are imperative. There are some other products we'll get into about dental health exactly after Jan goes through the foods. We'll stick with foods and diet first.
Okay. So, I mean, a few of the foods you could think about adding is, and part of the reason we say supplements are so good is because, and we're huge believers in supplementation, is because our food sources are not what they used to be. So, giving the amounts that your pet might need in their diet to actually, be able to have a systemic and a really long lasting effect doing that by food is probably sometimes really challenging, but a combination of both. So supplementing, let's say with a probiotic, and then giving your pet foods that contain probiotics might be really helpful because they're getting both then. So, so adding things like yogurt. And then a really great study, double-blinded study done in cats on lactic acid, being able to decrease tartar, plaque, and also staining of the teeth. And lactic acid is found in kefir. So if you wanted to give your pets a small amount of kefir, which is fermented yogurt, then you could do that and just supplement that way, in addition to giving them some really great supplements to kind of add into those. Fruits and vegetables that contain calcium and things like that which make the teeth stronger, is going to be really helpful. And obviously I love, Dr. Mia mentioned omegas. So yeah, natural fish would be great. If you feed your pets fresh fish, then that would be amazing. But omegas are really good at decreasing inflammation. And so, we want to keep that oral inflammation down, and inflammation in the body in general. It would be really helpful.
So in addition to diet, brushing would be ideal. Now, not all of our pets accept brushing as well as we would like. And starting young is ideal if that's possible. Statistics show that we should brush our pets' teeth at least 3 to 4 times a week to make a difference. And it would be ideal to brush every day. There are lots of different methods of brushing. You can use a toothbrush, or you can use a little finger brush. Some people wrap a little bit of gauze around the teeth, and that abrasive action just with some gauze is effective. Now, the toothpaste that you choose could be the natural recipe that Jan and I could share with you, and that's in our book. But also you have to bear in mind that you wouldn't want to use any toothpaste that has fluoride or xylitol. And many of our toothpastes are sweetened with xylitol. So just be aware of that. The other ingredients in the toothpaste are not as critical. And the flavoring is really whatever the pet may prefer. Some of the pets like peanut butter or beef, liver, chicken, and even seafood. And those flavors are just designed for them to accept it better. But it's really up to you as a team as to what's going to work for your pet. I usually say start just with your finger. Just rub your finger on your pet's teeth and gums and get that sensation comfortable. And then once your pet's acclimated to that, then you can start to add a little toothpaste, and then potentially go to either a finger brush, a toothbrush, or stay with some gauze. Gauze may not be as easy to find as just a simple toothbrush, and it doesn't have to be a pet toothbrush. A little children's toothbrush works just fine.
One of the things about doing that whole sensation, and I think I have to, in all honesty, I never brushed my cat's teeth. Thankfully they both lived very long lives, but I wasn't, I don't know if part of it was lack of knowledge at that time. I didn't realize, I think, the importance, because, both my cats, when I got them, were quite old. And so I never got them to get used to it at a very young age. So, I didn't start when they were kittens. But recently, as I've been watching and learning all week, about different things you can do, it's just holding a toothbrush and letting your kitten or cat, just actually chew that toothbrush, just like get it in their mouth and it's almost like they're doing the brushing and you're not doing the brushing, which I thought was a really good idea, especially in the kind of adjustment period. If they're not used to getting it and you're not used to using a toothbrush on a kitten or a cat, yes, we all have a mission. We want to get all those teeth. But my attitude is if you were to give it to them and they were to move it around and whatever, and that you were to do that every day, it's going to have some positive effect. Maybe it won't have the optimal effect, but it's better than not brushing at all, in my opinion. Now, obviously there's the obvious, we talked about the obvious issues that happen when, your pet has dental disease, or the sequelae that can happen, all the effects on the systems of the body. But we didn't talk about much of the localized things that happen, like the teeth pain and the lack of, the lack of ability to eat and all those things. So maybe Dr. Mia, maybe address that a little bit.
Well, if your pet's showing pain, inflammation, bleeding, difficulty playing with toys, dropping food, those are all signs that these teeth are pretty painful and advanced. And we definitely need to do a professional dental cleaning. Many pets need a dental cleaning on an annual basis based upon the amount of tartar and plaque that they accumulate. Now, the ideal goal would be to delay that onset of plaque and tartar and delay the accumulation, slow that accumulation of tartar down by your home care so that we don't necessarily need a dental cleaning every year. But many pets do. And as pets get older, if they have those severe signs of dental disease, pain, inflammation, as we mentioned, dropping food, not eating well, we really need to get in there and clean up those teeth professionally. It's the same dental cleaning that our own dental hygienist does for us. So it's a routine scaling, polishing, and fluoride, including dental x-rays, and then recommendations for maintaining those teeth at home. Unfortunately, many times I do have to do extractions. I don't like to do extractions, but if the teeth are that diseased, then the pet is better off without that really mobile infected tooth that could then potentially lead to an abscess than without it. And even pets who have lost dozens of teeth go on to eat dry food again. They go on to play and pull and tug and do all of their normal things. In fact, they're much, much happier and healthier without those painful teeth. I really don't like to get to that point, but if we need to, we can really turn your pet around and see them rejuvenated after a good dental cleaning and a nice healthy mouth.
Now, if your pet is suffering from pain, or if you want to do something additional, there are essential oils you can use, which are going to help your pet with all those, I think, with some of the oral or dental issues that it has. So I do make my own toothpaste, and I make the recipe that's in the book. Part of the reason I like that is because they're getting the benefits of those essential oils. You know, when I brush, you know, right now it's just Tonka's teeth. So, I mean, I'm biased to peppermint. He seems to be fine with it. You know, a few drops of peppermint, it's, you know, let's say it's almost, I think right now, like it's probably a half a cup of base. It's a lot of coconut oil. It's pretty hefty. So I'm not so worried about it being too concentrated, and you know, you're putting this teeny tiny amount on the toothbrush. So it's not like they're getting this huge dose of peppermint and mint flavored. So I like peppermint. I do use myrrh quite a bit because myrrh has been found to be good for gums and periodontal health and things like that. But, you know, and he doesn't seem to mind the taste of that either. But I think the one I use the most often is peppermint. And every now and then I have made it also with like a combination. So I've done like a drop of peppermint and a drop of copaiba. And I love that because it kind of brings in the immune support and also the decrease in inflammation. So I like that anti-inflammatory benefit of doing that. Now, I'm fairly good. I go through spurts, I have to admit, depending on how busy I am, where I brush Tonka's teeth, I would say from every day to probably about 3 to 4 times a week. So I usually try to be pretty consistent. I would say match it with another task you do, like before he gets fed in the morning, like, you know, like we get up in the morning and we brush our teeth. Before he gets fed in the morning, I brush his teeth. And partly that because then I'm going to remember it, because once I get busy during the day, you know, it's not likely that I'm going to go back and do it. So I would say kind of partner it with a task like feeding, because it makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. And then lastly, yeah, so that's pretty much what I do on a normal basis. Every now and then I feel like, you know, if I look and I think, okay, you know, that side is bleeding a little bit or whatever, or maybe he's overly aggressively chewed a bone or whatever. And it's, you know, I'm like, okay, I might take a little bit on my finger and just massage the gums because I think it's really helpful. With cats, I would say, you know, you can there's no reason why you can't do like myrrh and lavender, really great oils, or myrrh and copaiba. I would dilute them. Obviously, you can massage it to the gums. I mean, if you could put your finger in your cat's mouth, then you could do that. I don't know. I don't think I was ever daring enough to do that, even with all the cats I've had through the years. And that wasn't just, that was probably my timidity and not their, like the fact that they really would have bit me, but I wasn't taking any chances. So, you know, but if you could put it on a piece of gauze, you could do it like on their gums and stuff, especially if there's irritation. Now, if you have an animal that happens to be very prone, so let's say Dr. Mia said that some animals need to have cleanings every year. or maybe even more frequently, just because they have a lot of plaque and tartar buildup that happens, then, you might, especially then, might want to add in essential oils in between, because to see if you can limit some of that inflammation and bacterial growth.
Now, some of you may seem a little bit intimidated by brushing, or you may say, look, my pet's not going to accept the brushing at all. Forget it. Okay, we understand. There are other things you can do. There are water additives and there are food additives that are designed to reduce tartar accumulation. The water additives are odorless and colorless, and they should be, and tasteless, so they should be well accepted. And I can give you some examples if you like. And then all the dental chews. There are so many dental products on the market because we do recognize the importance of dental health. So although brushing is best, if you really feel that that's not going to work for you and your pet, and don't feel discouraged, don't feel that you can't do anything to help your pet, there are plenty of other options to help. And then work with your veterinarian to maintain a really good, healthy mouth. And we hope that your pet lives a really long time from your dental attention. Remember, it's vitally important. And then it's so nice to get sweet kisses.
That's right. That's right. I think, I don't know how many people I speak to where, like, or I go and I see, and Dr. May, you must have this all the time, when you're in a practice where a dog walks by and, and breathes, and you're like, oh my gosh, or a cat, and it's just like, it's so intense. And usually that's a pretty good reflection of what's going on, that there's something happening in there.
Yes. Yes. And the poor pet gets used to it. They can't do anything about it, but universally they feel so much better when we attend to those teeth. Once you have lots of dental tartar, inflammation, loose teeth, really, really bad teeth, that's not the time to start brushing. Let your veterinarian clean up those teeth. Start with a nice clean slate, and then your home care will be much more effective, tolerated, and productive to maintain a good, healthy mouth.
So we hope this was helpful, and we will either be posting another Zoom next Thursday from this time, or we will maybe be live. But we hope this is helpful, and, feel free to continue to follow us. And if the book is always available. Just in case you don't know, the book is available as an app. It's also available in Spanish as an app. So if or if you are Spanish speaking, you might benefit from, a copy of the book in Spanish. So wishing you a great day, and hopefully we'll see you online really soon. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.